Alrighty, welcome to draft one of a 64-player draft. These are single elim, and if you 3-0, you get to draft again. Try to win the trophy, so the super trophy. I am going to start by pick one-ing Tinker. I think that it's a better card than Mana Drain to pick one, pack one. They're both very good, but Tinker is awesome. This pack is heavy blue, Drain, Force, 2 fetches. I don't really expect a whole lot back. Maybe Triplicate Titan does come back, though, but I'm happy enough to start with Tinker. Ooh. I might just second pick Underworld Breach here. It's early to just take Breach and then hope you hit Brain Freeze. Tinker Breach works fine in the same kinds of decks. I think that's stronger than Misty. There's also Vaultborn Tyrant. I guess Walking Ballista, but that's not as big of a thing. Let's just take that. There's also a Thopter Foundry there, just to keep in mind. And then here, look, here's I can get a fetch land. A lot of fetches here are gone, so certainly interested in taking this, and it's not even close. There's Phyrexian Metamorph, and there's Path to Exile. There's not a whole lot else, so let's take Flooded Strand, and we got a pretty good start to some combo nonsense here. Let's see what develops. All the fetch lands are here, and Tarn would be such a good one, but it's pretty hard to pass Frantic Search, because Frantic Search Underworld Breach means you basically get to go through your whole deck. Because this is break even on mana and puts 2 cards in the graveyard, it only costs 1 card to keep flashing it back, which means that, or escaping it, I guess, which means that if you start with 5 mana, Breach, Brain Freeze, Breach, Search, you get to search as many times as you have cards in graveyard when you start, which is a lot. Oh man, fetch lands are so good, but I think I still have to take the Frantic Search here. And then now I'm going to be happy enough with a Mishra's Bauble. It's good with fetch lands, it's good with Breach, it's good with Tinker. So that seems fine over Dream Halls and like Hedge Maze. It's painful not to take Scalding Tarn there, but I think it's right. And then here I'll take Thundering Falls, a blue-red land to get with Flooded Strand and a Surveil land. That's a lot stronger than like High Tide or Zern Orb, though I guess I kind of have a start to High Tide. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you know, I could get a last pick High Tide there. It is definitely possible. But we've got a good combo start here, and I feel like this can develop pretty nicely. Another blue-red tap land or a Consider. I think I'll take Xander's Lounge. There's also Dragon's Rage Channeler, which can be okay with this stuff, but I don't like it as much when you don't care about the damage from attacking, which this doesn't look super into that. Palantir can be good too, but I'm a little lower on that card. Treasure Cruise, I think, competes enough with Breach. I think I'm going to take Xander's Lounge in part. We've already passed a bunch of fetch lands. I want to get my fixing now because I'm not going to get as many opportunities in the future. It's kind of what it feels like. Plus, Breach decks often want to splash black for Demonic or Vampiric. All right, and here, I don't think I need Elegant Parlor. I just took 2 tap lands, plus I don't have a white card yet. But what I might do is take Limdual's Vault. Using this to tutor up what I need is pretty good. I mean, I'm moving pretty all in on getting Brain Freeze here, but I think that having a setup here is pretty good. And I think Simian Spirit Guide is kind of medium. So I'll take Vault. That'll only see play if I end up really heavy combo version. But if I do, it's a nice little tutor to have. Oh, and here, Magda is good with Tinker. Oh, wow, the Triplicate Titan, did that not wheel? It didn't. Magma Opus, I have not really found to be good enough, like with the Mizzix Mastery stuff. I think I'm going to take Otawara. Having Disruption that lives in a land is really good, and this doesn't look like I'm a blue-red tempo deck that would want something like Magda, so we'll see where we end up, and maybe we regret that, but I really have liked having access to Otawara as just a free spell. Ooh, Ballista and Zerta, but I'm going to take Ballista. Ballista's awesome. Good way to use a bunch of extra mana. If I end up in the Artifact deck, I mean, who knows? I could open Academy, right? Ballista would be pretty good. So let's a little smaller, move them over here and kind of see where we end up. We've got a lot of threads going here. Basically, Tinker and Breach are the main ones. And I feel good with the Frantic Search over Tarn pick now that I picked up Thundering Falls and Xander's Lounge, because I'm now feeling pretty good on blue-red fixing. And then here, I don't think I'm going to play Oath or Savine's Reclamation, but I think Mind Collapse could be at least a good sideboard card. Netocyst or Proving Ground. I don't think a red-black land is that enticing. I'm going to take Netocyst to hedge in case I end up in Academy, and then I guess I'll take Shieldred's Edict as a sideboard card. Oh, we didn't get back the High Tide. Sure, Silent Clearing, why not? Oh, last pick, Flame Tongue. Huh. That's another good sideboard card, and depending on where the deck goes, I could end up main decking it for sure. Okay. Well, Brain Freeze is the card I'm looking for the most, though Lion's Eye Diamond and Black Lotus are also quite high on the list. Black Lotus always is, if you think about it. Let's see what we get in pack number 2 here. A Portal to Phyrexia. That's actually not bad, because that makes the Tinker alive, because Tinker for Portal is quite strong. I don't think I'm in the Skull Clamp route here. And then maybe I wheel Trinket Mage or Ether Spellbomb. All right, but I'm actually pretty happy first picking a Portal here. It just makes one of my good cards work really well. Oh, here there's Mystic Confluence and Mox Diamond. I like them both. Mox Diamond I think is more important here because it's a 0 with Breach that you can't reuse it, but let's say you have Breach Frantic Search and you get to go off a bunch and then go Mox Diamond double Brain Freeze. It can get you an extra mana. And it also works really nicely with Tinker, which I now know I want to support. So I think I take Mox Diamond here over Mystic Confluence, though. It's a bit painful of a pick. And then here, I do like a Dak Fade-In. I don't have Basalt Monolith for Gadgeteer or a high artifact count. Show and Tell if it wheels is nice with Portal, but I think just Dak Fade-In to fill up the graveyard for Breach and disrupt the opponent at the same time, I think is going to work out fairly nicely. And then here, whoa. What you doing here, Swords to Plowshares? I think I'll just be taking that. Swords is really, really efficient, and I have Flooded Strand and Mox Diamond, so I feel like I could probably cast it without too much trouble. I just don't think Expressive Iteration is good enough to pass up a Swords to Plowshares, so I will snag that. A little 4th pick Swords, why not? Oh, that's a late Thoughtseize. I'm still going to take Mana Leak because they're both good disruptive cards, and one doesn't require me to stretch my colors at all. Though with Xander's Lounge and Flooded Strand, it's not like black is impossible for me, but I think Mana Leak is going to be a lot more of what this deck is looking for. And I don't feel like I'm very much moving in the Nettle Cyst direction here. I know with Portal and Tinker, Nettle Cyst could be good, but I feel like I'll try to get my artifacts in like Ballista and Mox and Bauble that are costing me a little less. Whoa, that's a kind of late Urza Saga. I'll take it. I mean, we're not like a fully optimized Urza Saga deck, but we're definitely getting there, and having 2 zeros to get is not bad, especially if we do end up picking up a Lion's Eye Diamond and fulfilling the Breach combo. I do like Pentad Prism with Tinker, but Urza Saga is too powerful to pass up. And then here, there's Basalt Monolith and Shelldock Isle. I could take Basalt Monolith to try and pick, and there's also Reprieve, by the way, to try to wield Gadgeteer, which is good with Walking Ballista, and I guess Portal. Shelldock, though, is really nice with Frantic Search. Like, getting to go Shelldock something, Frantic Search, untap Shelldock immediately is pretty awesome. I think Shelldock is going to be really good in this deck. And then here there's Currency Converter and Coalition Relic, but I'm pretty happy to take Converter. 1 mana thing to get with Saga, makes artifacts for Tinker. It's good with Dak and Frantic Search when I'm discarding. Okay, and then Spellbomb did wheel, but so did Trinket Mage. Trinket Mage is good to get these things, but Spellbomb's also nice to have Saga get them for me. Let's just take the either Spellbomb here. And I think a Fabled Passage might be better. I don't think I want Staff the Storyteller. I'm barely going to splash white, though it is good with Tinker. Sack the Staff here after you get some value from it. There's also Wishclaw Talisman, which doesn't actually work with Tinker, unfortunately. I'll just take Fabled Passage. I think that one's fine. Oh, Gadgeteer did wheel, but at this point I'm actually pretty happy just to take Mishra's Research Desk as well. I actually could end up in an Academy deck at this point. Here, I'll take the Candelabra. Let's go full bore in case we see Tolarian Academy. And Manifold Key, why not? We just picked up 1,000,001 mana artifacts. Urza Saga has gotten really good too. Well, artifacts seemed really open this pack. I kind of... The Forensic Gadgeteer wheeling does make me think about that Shelldock pick, but Shelldock's going to be really good in this deck. And I do think that we've got a lot of possibilities going to last pack. Oh, a Call Pakal. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one to mox out. I don't think Spar's Headquarters is going to be too missed. It is a white-blue source, but I have now a couple of those. Okay, going to be a big pack 3 because if we get a Brain Freeze, this deck pops off. If we get an Academy or an Urza, it gets quite a bit better. Not actually that much of a Mishra's Workshop deck, to be honest, but I would still probably take it and try to build towards it anyway. And the Tinker got a lot better now that I got all those cheap artifacts plus a portal. Though I wouldn't mind like one more decent Tinker target here. So, well, it's going to be a big pack 3. Sailing to the West isn't a 0, I suppose. Oh, Nettle Cyst, actually. Hold on. Nettle Cyst is back out here. I think Nettle Cyst might actually be great now. So, I mean, we could pick up Kappa Cannoneer, Shadow Spear type stuff too. A lot of possibilities here. Let's go. Big opens. Any Tolarian Academies, Brain Freezes? No. There is a Memory Lapse. That card is great. It's also Polluted Delta. Delta is blue or tapped red, or tapped red-black, rather. I don't have that many colors on my cards. I think I'm just going to take Memory Lapse. Memory Lapse is just a fantastic card. Oh, there's a Retrofitter. And a Jace, and a Relic of Sauron, and a Thieving Skydiver. I think I'll take Retrofitter. It's pretty great to Urza Saga out. And Relic of Sauron might sometimes come back. Oh man, I would kill for an Academy now. This is such an Academy deck. But also, really could use that Brain Freeze if we're going to get there. Even if we don't, we've got some decent outs. But yeah, that would be nice. Could I be a Name Sticker deck? I don't look really like one right now. That's unfortunate, but I don't really want Thought Scour, and I definitely don't want Dig Through Time. I guess it's just kind of a bad pack. I'll take the Name Sticker even if I don't have the best of uses for it, just because it's the most powerful card, and it doesn't take too much for it to be solid. Oh, here's Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, so what do we do for breaching without Brain Freeze here? Because right now this is pick 4. So we'd get 4 more looks for Brain Freeze, which I don't think anyone else would take. Well, if we pick up a Lightning Bolt, that's one thing. But also we can Frantic Search and then LED a few times, then cast something good. I don't know. I'm gonna take it. I'm just gonna hope here. Oh, Displacer Kitten. Does that do anything for me? No, lets me flicker Dak. I guess it technically lets me flicker Portal. But I might take Time Warp. Time Warp I think could be good in this deck. And I don't really care too much about missing out on Stern Scolding or Taiga. Taiga doesn't do anything, or Seething Song. All right. Time Warp. 3 picks in. If we get Brain Freeze, this deck I think is kind of the nuts. If we don't, this deck has some ways to win, but missing on Brain Freeze and Academy and Urza is a little bit tough. But we'll see what we can kind of come up with. All right, and here there's Mystical Tutor, which actually can go get Tinker or Time Warp or Frantic Search. Or Swords, but mostly just Tinker. Well, Tinker's really good. So having more ways to cast Tinker's good. There's also Upheaval and Third Path, but I don't think it makes that much sense for me to build into those. And 1 pick left. Let's see. Well, this is 36. We have 36 cards, so we're about to have 37. So yeah, 1 pick left. Sword of the Meek, the Thopter Foundry is already gone, sadly. There's Meticulous Archive, which... I mean, it's just a blue-white land. I don't need it for to make Flooded Strand work. But there's also Stoneforge Mystic, which doesn't get anything. So yeah, all right. Meticulous Archive and any Brain Freezes? Damn. Well, let's take Chandra, I suppose, and see what we can put together. Ooh, Proph's Eidetic Memory. Oh, this is a kill. It's a very convoluted one, but it actually works. You love to hear that, right? Proph's Eidetic Memory. So I go Underworld Breach, Frantic Search, go through a bunch, eventually cast Ballista for 1 out of my graveyard, cast Prophs out of my graveyard, and then put all the counters onto the Ballista. That goes pretty hard. Oh, and Relic of Sauron? Okay. I'll take that over Talisman, I think. That now that I have Chandra and Relic, the Name Sticker gets a little better, and this deck could use a big mana generator anyway. Manifold Key and Candelabra can go. They don't do anything. I don't think I want Limdual's Vault. I'm not that good at comboing. And here, I guess Thought Scour, but I'm probably not going to play it. And, oh, Saheeli. Saheeli I might play. Right now, this is 15 lands. So I need to cut a couple cards. But not too many. Nettle Cyst could probably go. You know what? I'm not going to play the Seething Song, so let's just cut that. Oh, Third Path. Third Path also works nicely. All right, let's take out Nettle Cyst. Third Path, when I go off, makes a bunch of tokens, which is kind of nice. All right, let's build this and see what we can make. All right, so I have to cut a couple cards. What I might do, I could cut Chandra because I want to cut Name Sticker, but I kind of like Name Sticker. I mean, right now this is 15 lands, so I could cut Time Warp. Time Warp is definitely cuttable. I like a Call. I have a lot of artifacts. Yeah, I guess we'll cut Time Warp and maybe cut Chandra. What I could do is I could Time Warp Chandra and Name Sticker and then put Nettle Cyst back in. Because I have Saheeli and Third Path are both going to make a bunch of tokens for Nettle Cyst. So that part's kind of nice, though. Name Sticker, the turn I want to breach, does make a lot of mana, potentially. I have a couple counters. Maybe the Nettle Cyst will be better. Or I could do this and play 16 lands. That doesn't sound crazy to me. My curve is pretty low. All right, maybe I'll just do that. I don't think I want the Thought Scour. Let's see, how many planes do I need? Just one, probably. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4, 5 white sources is plenty. And 4 and 3 is probably about right. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 blue, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red, plus a Mox Diamond. Yeah. All right. This deck's a little scuffed, but I believe this deck can pick up some wins. Really, one Brain Freeze, the deck would be the nuts. One Academy, the deck would be the nuts. So, but you don't always get what you want, and let's see what we can work with here. I think we got some action to use. All right, time for round one. I'm on the draw, and yeah, we'll keep a hand with a Swords. Ooh. And an early Mystical for Tinker here, which is actually going to be really nice against a green deck. Let's just play the Spell Bomb first, pass the turn, and probably go turn 2 Fabled Passage. We'll see. I wouldn't mind them playing another creature or two here. And draw. I guess I don't need to play Fabled Passage. So in that case, I could play Flooded Strand to make a Surveil land. So let's go pass. I mean, we'll see. I'm probably not going to want to tinker for Portal unless they have more things in play. So I think I'll just take the one here. No other plays. All right. Let's get Meticulous Archive, Surveil, Graveyard. I mean, I really hope I don't draw Portal, but is what it is. So I'm going to stop on upkeep here, but I'm going to play a Saheeli. And if they kill my Saheeli without me making any tokens or anything, then, so be it. There's not that much they can use to kill it at instant speed here. Shieldred's Edict is probably... Oh, Baleful, Bitter Triumph, sure. That's fine. If they play another creature is probably when I pull the trigger here, but if they're just going to chill, then I guess that's okay too. Mox, all right. No plays. I guess I'll just take my turn. Oh, Shelldock Isle? Yeah, let's get a... No, I don't need to get a Shelldock into play. We're pretty far away. Let's just play Thundering Falls. Urza Saga. Yeah, that looks pretty good here. Ended up being a very weird game. Usually when they go turn 1 Avacyn's Pilgrim, a lot more action happens, but they're just chilling here. I hope they don't have a way to blow up my Urza Saga, though I guess I can bounce the Urza Saga with Otawara if I need to, funnily enough. It kind of feels like they just have a bunch of creature removal in hand, which Saga is pretty good at fighting against. This is just a weird game. All right. I mean, they seem like they flooded out pretty bad here. Do they have like a Terra Thunder or something like that? Rex Sage. 5 mana. Harvester of Misery. Okay. Killing their own thing. Sure. Hold on. Let's just... Do I want to Swords the Harvester? I kind of just do. Feels like I don't really need to try and go hard on this Tinker thing. All right, let's go Shelldock Isle. Let's put Retrofitter under the Shelldock. Play Mishra's Research Desk, but I'm not going to use it. Just having an artifact in play is nice for my Saga tokens. I can just chill here. I guess I could have not put Retrofitter under the shell dock because of the Urza Saga, but I think we're okay here. I'm going to try to keep this Ether Spellbomb around. It feels like they might be like a Through the Breach deck or something. Let's crack that. Let's just draw, make another token here, and go and get Currency Converter. Yeah. And then I can go Mox Diamond, discard Fabled Passage, and then that ticks up the converter. And then make a treasure, and now I just have a 7/7 construct, right? Along with another one. And I'm just gonna kill them with those, I guess. This is a weird game. I did not expect the Tinker not to get cast. I mean, maybe it will. Maybe they have something here. Sunfall. All right. Sure. I guess so. And I can't quite use that, but what I can do is I can use Mishra's Research Desk. All right. Exile Frantic Search, and then I can shell dock the Retrofitter here. And I could make a 1/1 by sacking a treasure. That seems fine to me. Okay, draw. Name sticker. Let's start by just using Frantic Search here. I'll discard probably Name Sticker, Xander's Lounge. Untap these three. Exile them both. They have a 2/2 thing. And let's play a Call. And attack for 1. Oh. What is this? Oh, dismembering a Call. Sure. I don't think I need to Ether Spellbomb it. I think I'd rather just hit for 1. And what am I going to do? I guess I'm probably going to use Currency Converter and Retrofitter. I don't really need to use the Mishra's Research Desk right now. Passing? Okay. Let's just make a 2/2. And make a 1/1. Take my turn. Just play my land. Send with these. And if they make their incubator into a 2/2, which they probably will, they can block my 2/2. Because if they block a 1/1, it doesn't really accomplish too much because I get to Retrofitter, sack the servo, make a 1/1 flyer. They go to 6 here. Yeah, I'm just going to peck them to death with Saga and Currency Converter and Retrofitter, and they're not even going to see the Tinker thing. I just look like a kind of weird Jeskai artifact deck. Nishoba Brawler. Okay. That's all fine. And Phantasmal Image. Sure. They can make another Nishoba Brawler, I suppose. I mean, now I might just Tinker. Yeah. I don't really care too much if they know about it. Let's go get Tinker. Let's untap the Retrofitter, make a 4/4, tap this and make a treasure, why not? Draw, and then Tinker, sacking the treasure, get Portal, and then attack them for lethal here. All right, well, I did end up tinkering, but that's fine. It's not like artifact removal is going to be bad against me. They're going to bring it all in, so I think that's all right. And Flame Tongue looks kind of nice. They just have a bunch of dorks, so I kind of want to put in Flame Tongue. What do I want to cut, though? That's the tricky part. This deck is already pretty juiced. Maybe I don't want Flame Tongue. All my cards seem pretty good against them. All right, I'm ready to battle here. Harvester of Misery will be kind of annoying if I go too hard on tokens, so that's something to consider. Okay. This hand's a little slow, but their deck didn't seem very fast, so hopefully they don't come out guns blazing here. What I would really love to draw is a Mox Diamond. That would be an incredible draw, because then I could go turn 2, Saga, Mox, a Call, immediately draw a card. Or Saheeli, but probably a Call. Territorial Kavu. All right. Oh, Mishra's Research Desk. Definitely going to play Saga. Yeah, I'll play a Research Desk. I don't think I need to play the walking ballista for 1 here. Okay, I'm getting hit for 4. I might sack this research desk here. I didn't want to sack it before because I didn't want it to get exiled by the Kavu, but it kind of feels like research desk, this is the time to use it. Into Duelist of the Mind. All right. Let's crack this. Mox Diamond and Mountain. All right. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna exile the Mox Diamond and just hope to draw a land. Okay, I did not, but I did draw a Frantic Search. That's kind of interesting too. So I'm gonna play Odawara and cast Frantic Search because I would like to draw a land. So now I can discard Dak Faden and let's see. Do I want to discard? I think Sahili. Untap these 3. Cast a Pakal, play the Mox, and discard the Mountain. And then pass. I get to draw a card off of the Pakal, which is nice. I'll put Memory Lapse into hand. And then I have Swords to Plowshares up. I kind of assume Pakal's dying this turn, but I can still Swords the Territorial Kavu most likely. It is possible that I can just block the Territorial Kavu. It'll kind of depend on what they do. I don't think there's a strong reason to take action right now, though. Most likely I'm going to want to Swords the Territorial Kavu beginning of combat so I don't get the trigger off of it. And then on my next turn, I guess I will either make a Saga token or tap the Saga for mana, but I'll see what I draw first. Okay, am we getting dismembered here? Oh, Prismatic Ending on the Mox Diamond. That's a little annoying for sure. I was kind of counting on that Mox Diamond. Okay, I will still Swords the Territorial Kavu. I think that one is a bigger threat. And then if this means they're not killing a Pakal, I guess I wouldn't mind that. That seems less likely now. Oh, okay. What do they got here? Leovold. All right. I guess that's fine. So now let's just make a Saga token that'll trigger a Pakal. And then now, do I want Retrofitter, Currency Converter, LED? LED would be only good if I found Breach, which is not that close to being great for me here. Let's just get the Retrofitter, play Xander's Lounge, and then pass the turn. And luckily a Pakal is going to trigger again. They only have 1 card in hand. Ooh, I'll take a Shell Dock. We're getting pretty close to that. This doesn't seem that bad. I mean, if they can kill a call, they can hit me for 5 this turn. But they couldn't kill it last turn, and I imagine they would have, because it's a card draw spell that gets around Leovold, so it's not like playing Leovold was that great. If they can't kill it, then they're probably just hitting me for 1. Renin 6. Okay, they can pick up Scalding Tarn, I guess. That's fine. And hit for 1. All right. That is acceptable. Let's take my turn. They have a Surveil land to get? No, they're just getting a Savai Triumph. Oh, Tinker. Okay, well, let's do that. Tinker, Sack, and Construct. Let's get Portal. Eat those 2. Wow, Tinker's a great card. Play Shell Dock. Yeah, I'll put Underworld Breach under the Shell Dock Isle, and I even get to trigger a Pakal this turn. Sure, I'll attack Renin 6. I think that's fine. Okay, and a Pakal picks up a Relic of Sauron. Yeah. And then next turn, my Portal to Phyrexia, if they don't blow it up, they just lose. And if they do blow it up, I think they still are in quite a bit of trouble here. Okay, they picked up their Scalding Tarn. Yeah, you got it. And now I'm going to get to, at some point, find LED and then breach LED and then play some spells. What those spells are, who knows? Okay. Already slamming Harvester of Misery. Oh, you got me. All right. Into Time Walk, maybe? No, Neshoba Brawler. Oh, we're fighting here. Okay. So I can get back Leovold, Avacyn's Pilgrim, or Duelist. I mean, I guess I will get back Leovold. Prof's Eidetic Memory. Interesting. That is a thing. So I could breach, but I can't really do much with the breach this turn, so I'm probably not going to do that. I'm at 13. I think I'm going to go Relic of Sauron, leave up Memory Lapse, and then just pass the turn. I get to a Call, and I guess Third Path is probably better than Plains, though. No. It goes to my graveyard. I should just take the Plains, put Third Path in the graveyard. I'm going to do some blocks here. I'm going to take a little damage, but with a Portal to Phyrexia out, it doesn't matter. Oh my god, that's not a card you want to cast. They don't draw a card, and I draw a card. That's a rough way to go about it. It wasn't a good draw, to be honest, but I don't think that's going to be a ticket to victory. Yeah, they wanted to attack first, because I am going to double block the Harvester here. I'll take 5. Now I'll lose Leovold probably. So if they had done it the other way, they would have gotten a card off their probe and I wouldn't have. Oof. Well, we'll take it. And I go to 8. And then next turn I can bring back Leovold or Harvester or whatever I want. They can ping me with Wrenn and 6 if they so desire. Nope, they're getting back their Tarn. And I'm going to make a Retrofitter token end of turn as well. Because why not? Oh, actually, I forgot about a Call. I'm supposed to make that end of their second main phase to trigger a Call. Though actually, I don't even know if I want to trigger a Call much anymore, given I'll get Leovold back, given how many cards I have left in my deck. Here, let's just get this thing over with. Let's play Chandra. -3 on the Brawler. Play Bauble. And play a land. Attack. Sure, I'll attack Wrenn and 6. Why not? And then pass the turn. And I have Memory Lapse up. And I'm about to call again, but I'll put Lion's Eye in hand. And at some point, I just got to make sure not to use a call unless I really want to. And they're dead really fast here because I can get a Phantasmal Image. So they're going to copy Leovold, I guess. Okay. That doesn't really bother me. And then they're going to get back. They're going to Wrenn and 6 my Chandra. Sure. I actually won't draw a card off Leovold. At this point, I have access to all the cards in my deck. I don't really need to do anything else. And then end of turn, I'll just make a 1/1, I think. And draw. And get back, not Harvester, I'll get back Third Path Iconoclast here. As long as I keep up Memory Lapse, I should still just be fine here. Let's play Prof's Eidetic Memory, make a token, draw a card. Oh, I can't draw a card because of Leovold, right? We both got. Play Ballista for 2. And I don't really want them drawing a card, so what I think I'm going to do is just pass the turn. And during their upkeep, here I'm going to call again. I'll take a name sticker, sure. Upkeep, I'm going to ping their Leovold. So now they can draw a card off this, but then they won't draw a card during their draw step because of my Leovold. So it's gone. Of course, they're going to draw. And then they take their turn, and I just have to make sure not to get decked here. Ooh, what did they draw? Bitter Triumph targeting my Leovold. Okay. No, I won't draw. Leovold down. They could even kill my Ballista, but I think I might put Underworld Breach into play at the end of their turn here. I mean, they're at 13. Yeah, so let's nug them down to 12. Yeah, we should be fine here. End of turn. Cast Underworld Breach, trigger third path. And right now I can attack for a good amount of damage. So upkeep, portaling back Ballista doesn't really do anything. So let's just put, oh, I guess I could put in Phantasmal Image. Sure. Copy the third path. Cast a Name Sticker. I mean, this is really a little bit of like, I wouldn't say playing with my food because my opponent could just concede or whatever, but it is like, it's taking me a little while to kill them. All right, Chandra, exiling 3 cards. Trigger. Is there any way I can even get a big creature into play? I guess I can't even Saga right now. All right, let's Ballista. Hold on, let's add red with Chandra. Ballista for 1. Wait. I have an LED that makes some tokens. It doesn't matter how I do this. Let's play a land, play Ballista. And do I even need to do anything else? I have 4 cards in deck. So I need to make sure that I don't call myself. I guess I can just play Ether. I could play Ether Spellbomb, but I just keeping up Memory Lapse seems pretty good. I have 4 cards. All right, let's just look at your top card. It's Underground Mortuary. Okay, so I don't have to do any of that. I can play Ether Spellbomb. Exiling these 3 cards. And I know they're dead next turn. They're drawing a land. Bounce a call. Just attack my opponent for 6. I mean, I think I probably could have actually just won that turn, I'm sure, but I felt like there wasn't a big rush here, given that they're drawing Underground Mortuary here. Okay. And boom, 1-0, beat a domain deck, and well, we're on track. Let's see if we can get there. All right, it's time for round 2. I'm on the draw. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. I have turn 1 Retrofitter, turn 2 Activate at the very least. Ooh, turn 1 Lumberjack. I don't like that. Okay, well I drew a blue, so that actually is pretty nice. Now I can go maybe third path on turn 2. We'll see what my opponent's got. They have a forest here. Oh, they're sacking the Proving Ground. Okay. Don't love it, but we'll see how beatable this is. Turn 2 Chariot. Yeah, that is going to be tough. If I draw a Mox Diamond, then we'd really be cooking here. No. Is it better to play third path? I think it's better just to play third path and hope to draw a 0-drop next turn. Because if I draw like a Lion's Eye Diamond next turn or a Mox Diamond, that'd be good. Okay, well, they didn't have another forest, so they might be out of playing spells here off of this Lumberjack for at least a turn or 2. The Lava Dart is unfortunate because it means I can't even block Chariot with the Call. Okay, well, let's see what we draw. Oh. Tinker. Yeah, let's do it. Tinker. Let's get the portal. Now they get to, that was such a good draw. Now they get to sack down to just maybe 1 cat or 1 Lumberjack. And then I get to bring back the third path, which, you know, it's not like it's got the most stuff to bring back, but it's a start. And of course, this makes their Asika's Chariot a lot worse. Yeah, if they want to keep a cat, then they have to hope to maybe draw a cheap creature to play here. And if they don't have it, I'm in really good shape. If they do have it, I still get to get back third path. Oh, they have Inti? Ugh, okay. They could have had that last turn, and they chose to dart instead. That makes total sense. This is going to be tough. They can't discard a creature to Inti here, or I get to portal it back. Though now they get to make a 5/5 Chariot. I'm at 15. I'm going to 10 here. Yeah, this is going to be close. Oh, they didn't even discard a card. Wow, that's kind of odd. All right. Well, let's get back third path. All right. Cheap spell. Cheap spell. Let's do it. Oh, that was a cheap spell. Wait, hold on. Let's just cast Currency Converter first to make sure I'm getting my trigger because they still have that Lava Dart here. Then I'll play a Call. And now I've got some good blockers here. And with this portal out, I don't really care if my creatures die. All right. Memory Lapse and Relic of Sauron. I think I'll take the Relic of Sauron here. I don't think... I mean, Memory Lapse might be good at some point here, but I think Relic is going to be pretty nice. So now what? They can attack with a 5/5 Chariot, and I can just chump with a Call, then just get a Call back. That sounds pretty good. I've got Prophetic Memory. Next turn I can go like Relic of Sauron plus Prophetic Memory or something. Or I could even use Currency Converter to draw and then do that. All right, we've got some decent plans here, and they appear to be out of lands. I mean, they haven't played one for the last couple turns. I'm surprised they didn't discard to Inti last turn. Maybe their hand is all big creatures, because if they really don't want to discard a creature when I have a portal in play. So could be that. And even though they have a Lava Dart in their graveyard, I don't care too much. Wow, I really drew Island Tinker. That was a good sequence of draws over the first couple turns. This hand was not very close to casting a turn 3 Tinker. All right. Yeah, they're crewing. I mean, that makes sense. They kind of have to attack to try to win. They didn't attack with the cat token, huh? I would have probably blocked with third path. Okay. And they have to discard here if they want to get through. They discard Rampaging Raptor. Interesting. So if I block with a Call, I'm just doing it to save 5 damage straight up. But then I can get back Rampaging Raptor next turn. Oh, what did they exile? They exiled the Deathgreeter Champion that they're maybe not going to get to play. Let's see. What do I do here? How much do I care about being at 6 versus having a Call in play? It's a 5/5 trample. I think I can take it. No, maybe I'm winning by enough. So if I block, put a Raptor into play, I don't get to draw extra cards. No, I'll block here. It kind of feels like the portal's going to get me there eventually. I really hope they don't have a land. And they have to decide if they want to Lava Dart this third path. Okay, they're not doing so. I'm going to get back the Rampaging Raptor. Otawara. Interesting. I could use Otawara here. I can't. If I use Otawara, I'm not playing anything else this turn, but I am bouncing the Isika's Chariot. That seems pretty good to me. Let's just pass the turn here and see what they do. Because I would like to not die to a Chariot. I could have gone Relic, make a token, Profs, make a token, but I feel like I can just do that next turn. And setting the Chariot back stops them from making a 2/2 and stops them from attacking with a 5/5 or maybe even 6/6 Chariot. They drew a mountain. Okay. That's not necessarily the end of the world. And I was right, by the way. They did just have creatures to discard, which is why they didn't Inti the turn before, which makes sense. But they kind of had to Inti that turn. We're getting flame slashed or we're getting darted. Okay. It is done. Into Broadside Bombardiers. Okay. That's interesting. Well, I'm glad I have the Otawara. They're crewing that. So what do I bounce here? So if I Otawara the Isika's Chariot, they can attack with Bombardiers and they have to throw Inti at the Raptor before blocks. Otherwise, they double block. I mean, I guess they could throw a cat at the soldier token, but that seems less likely. If I bounce the Bombardiers, they can attack and they can make the Chariot into 6/6. So I think it's better to bounce the Chariot, and then they throw the Inti at the Raptor, and I take 6 down to 5. Or maybe I Soldier Token Chump. Bombardiers is a messed up card, wow. The other option would be, the next turn I get Raptor back, and can I Underworld Breach and do anything? Not really. If I drew LED, maybe I could get a couple plays in. If I bounce the Bombardiers, the problem with bouncing the Bombardiers is I don't get to kill Chariot, and then next turn I have the same issue, so I think I'm just going to bounce the Asika's Chariot here. Oh, it does make a treasure too. Okay, that's not nothing. That's a little bit of an additional value. I still have to find something here. Use the ability. Okay. And then I think it's basically, well, they do lose the Inti here. So that is something. And then I take some damage. I take 7 going down to 4, though I could chump with the Soldier Token if I want. Yeah, I'll let you do your thing. They can discard the Chariot now because I can't portal it back and they're not that close to casting it. They did, in fact, discard Chariot. Okay, so I really, and they're probably not going to be able to play whatever they Inti into because they already played their land here. I need to find an answer here. Ether Spellbomb would be pretty nice. Gut as well. Wow, they've got some good ones. All right, make a treasure. Inti down. Do I block to save 2 damage? Does that matter? Sure. Seems okay. All right, I go to 6 here. Let's draw Portal to Phyrexia. I'm at 6, really at 4. I'm pretty screwed regardless, I would say. I guess what I can do is I can get back the 3rd path and maybe try to cast some spells here. Sheldock Isle does not help me a whole lot. What I really wanted to find was a Walking Ballista. I can Breach, and then I can Tinker for LED. What does that do? If I Breach and Tinker for LED, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in my graveyard. Not quite enough to do too much. I will make some tokens though. Yeah, I do have to cast a bunch of spells. If I go Prophesied Memory and Relic, that makes 2 tokens. Technically that keeps me alive. Obviously I don't really want to count on that. What about this Tinker for LED plan? So if I go Breach, Tinker for LED, I can tinker away whatever, and then then I can crack LED, discard my hand, play LED, and then I can't even play a spell off that. So that doesn't really work. And there's not much else I can tinker for either here. Let's take a look. I can tinker for, yeah, the Relic's even in hand. What else could I do? I could Breach and play Retrofitter. That doesn't seem like it does a ton for me. Well, can I get enough creatures into play? What if I go Breach, Akalpakal, Breach, Akalpakal? No, but that doesn't even make a token. Maybe I start with Prophesied Memory. If I go Profs, Breach, Retrofitter, I'll have 3 tokens and a 3rd path. And 3rd path will be a 2/2, and I can block everything. Maybe I just start with this. Also, if I draw Ballista off this, that's a pretty big game. Urza's Saga. How does that change things? Doesn't really do a whole lot. I can play Relic. I can use Converter, but that doesn't seem like it's that exciting. Let's see, if I play Relic, I could play Relic, Breach, but that's it. I could play Breach Retrofitter, so I can basically make 2 more tokens one way or another. Playing playing Breach just to play a Retrofitter is kind of weak, but I guess that's where we're at. All right. Underworld Breach. Retrofitter Foundry. Well, do I want to play it off Saga or do I want to play it off Shelldock? That's actually kind of, or play Shelldock here. It's actually kind of interesting. If I Shelldock, I go to 22. I'll be able to Shelldock next turn. Yeah, I guess I would rather have Shelldock next turn. So I'll play Retrofitter off a Treasure. Exiling these 3. And then play Shelldock Isle. And put Dak Faden under it, I guess. All right, pass the turn. And I will profs, I guess, a soldier token, sure. And then Breach goes away. All right, if my opponent cannot cast a spell here, then we actually are not dead. They can't even really get a great attack in. Because if they can't cast a spell, I can double block Bombardiers and then block token, and they can't kill me, I hope. Block, 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 and then they can throw this cat at their thing to survive. I go to 4. Yeah. Can throw a cat at me and I go to 2. Yeah, all right. I assume it's just oh, I guess I should have left a Call in my graveyard instead of Tinker. Sorry, that was a mistake. I assume they're gonna just do that and save their Bombardiers. I don't really have a way to block that's better than I don't think. I mean, I guess I could have blocked, double blocked, taken 3 down to 3, gone to 1. But this deals the least amount of damage to me, so I think that I think this is better. There's a lot of ways this obviously can go wrong, but I'm kind of assuming they're not playing any new spells. And then next turn, maybe I can pick up Inti. Depends if my third path might not die, depending on what they do here. Because if they want to let the cat through, they can either, I guess they either need to throw the cat block to save their Bombardiers. They either need to throw the cat that's getting blocked by the soldier, in which case my soldier lives, or throw the cat that's getting blocked by third path, in which case third path lives. I go to 4. And then next turn, I bring back third path again, play Relic, maybe use, I don't know, Converter, maybe use Dak. I mean, Dak with Currency Converter is kind of nice. So I do get a little bit of mileage out of that too. All right, they've made their blocks, and assuming their hand is 3 uncastables, what is their best play? I think it's probably throw this cat at this token. These trade. I go to 2. This cat's gone. This cat's gone. They have a Bombardiers, or I go to 4 rather, and they have a Bombardiers and a cat token in play, but they can't really let the Bombardiers die. If they do, then I think it's not going to be good for them, because then I just get to put Bombardiers into play, and I'm so much less in danger of dying to random stuff. So, okay. Yeah. They did, in fact, do that. All right. I'm at 4. Mountain. Okay, and go. All right, Portal. Let's get back Rampaging Raptor. Draw. I mean, a counterspell does. Now I draw LED. A counterspell would kind of lock the game for me. But let's see what I want to do here. Oh man, if I still had Breach, I could LED Breach to just pump the Rampaging Raptor. Let's see. LED. I mean, I'm dead to them just casting a creature and attacking with the Broadside Bombardiers here, unless I can find a way to do something. Let's go. Do I want to use currency converter? Yeah. If I use currency converter, then I can DAC. Still, I think that's okay because I have 21 cards in my deck, so the shell dock isn't quite there. There's also using Relic of Sauron. I guess what I could do is if I can play Saga, play Relic of Sauron, and then I can sack LED and use the Relic to draw 2 discard. And see if I draw Mana Leak here. No, I drew Swords, but now I can discard Flooded Strand, currency converter it. I can even play DAC here. And now that can make a treasure, which casts Swords to Plowshares. Cast DAC Faden, make another token. And I'm not going to keep any of these cards, but I'm going to +1 on myself. I hope I don't draw good ones, actually. Okay, Saheeli and Mox are not really that interesting. All right, this actually worked out really well, because now Prophetic Memory is going to pop. And I'm going to put the counters on the 3rd path, I think. And I have block, 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 block. Yeah, I'll hit, because I have the Swords to Plowshares that's going to likely hit that Broadside Bombardiers before they attack. Okay, pass the turn. And now my opponent's got to think if they draw a 2-cost creature or more, then they can kill me with Broadside Bombardiers. But I have plans in the works. Ooh, this was a cool game. Had to really thread the needle here. Casting Underworld Breach and Retrofitter to effectively just make 2 tokens was pretty funny. And I mean, obviously, if I just get Fire Blasted out here, I'll be a little disappointed. But let's put Flooded Strand into the graveyard. And Swords to Plowshares, the Bombardiers here. And they go to 17, but barring Fiery Confluence or Fire Blast, I'm fairly out of burn range. They can't really attack in any meaningful way. And they have another mountain. Okay, they don't seem to have it. Let's get Inti. Let's draw. Frantic Search isn't going to help me too much, but what I can do here is I can go DAC. Mystical Tutor also doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Oh, it gets Mana Leak. Yeah, let's discard these 2 because I'm also going to get to Inti here. Get an Inti trigger, and we're filling up the currency converter. Now it can make whatever I need it to make. All right, I kind of don't want to hit Mana Leak. Oh, Ether Spellbomb. That's actually not a bad one either. Let's cast Ether Spellbomb. And I want to leave enough mana up to go Mystical Tutor for Mana Leak, draw a card with Relic, and then Mana Leak, which is, I guess, where we're at now. So let's Prophetic Memory on the Rampaging Raptor. Give it 6/6, attack with these 2. I'm not discarding here. And my Mana Leak, yeah, it's still around. Okay, so Fire Blast still gets me, but that's about it. I mean, Fiery Confluence doesn't do the trick anymore. I don't need to play anything else. I'm not going to get decked. They don't have anything they can play. And next turn, they're just dead. Like, Urza Saga plus Inti and all that will do the trick. They're at 11. Let's see. I'll make a 2/2. I'm just going to take my turn. Mystical Tutor, Relic, Mana Leak, Mystical Tutor. Oh, I don't even have enough to Mana Leak. Well, let's just draw anyway. I get a Lumberjack back because I just have lethal here regardless. I just have to do is bounce their cat token. So if they're passing here, I should just take my turn, and now I have full protection. I guess I needed a currency convert for a treasure to make that all work, but this will do it, and we're about to be up a game here. A game I did not think we were likely to win, but we kind of got there. We squeaked it out. A very cool game indeed. Hopefully we don't get fire blasted. I'll get a Bauble here, leaving Mana Leak and Ballista and Chandra in my deck. Let's go... bounce the cat token. And just go to attacks here. Attack with everything. Inti. I'm just not going to bother. All right. Oof. Looks like we got it. It was a little touch and go there. Bombardiers attacked us twice and we didn't lose, which was nice. Going into sideboarding here. Yeah, I mean, Flame Tongue Kavu, Mind Collapse both seem pretty good. I do still kind of like Prophecytic Memory. I could maybe cut Relic of Sauron. I don't know if I'll have time for that. And Saheeli is good in some spots, but it does seem like these removal spells are going to be pretty great for me. Should I play on a mountain? I have 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have 7 mountains. That should be plenty. I still think the Underworld Breach has the capability of going pretty hard here. So I guess I'll keep that. Maybe it's possible that Mishra's research desk is just going to be too slow. So, all right, let's try this. All right, time for game 2. Yeah, I will keep this hand. Though Dak is actually another card I could consider siding out. It is good against Esika's Chariot to some degree. All right, if we can find a Mox Diamond, this would be so good. Mountain I definitely don't want. I mean, I have a really good turn 3. Namesticker into Chandra into Mind Collapse is pretty great. So, okay, this actually looks like it might be good enough because their turn 1 and 2 were pretty weak. I actually don't think I want to play Urza's Saga because I know what I'm doing next turn and it's not making a token. And I think I want the opportunity to make tokens as the game goes on. Rabble Master's annoying. All right. I was really hoping they could play something I could just kill without having to worry. Excuse me. Mox Diamond, why now? Let's go Urza's Saga. I mean, I will play the Namesticker. 6? No, just 4. The minimum. It's okay. Chandra. Kill the Rabble Master. And I think it's worth the risk. I'm going to Mind Collapse the Soul Scar Mage. If they've got a way to kill this Namesticker, then that kind of sucks. But this way my Chandra at least lives if they don't have anything, and then I get to go pretty hard. Though it looks like that's not going to be the case. Obviously, I'll like a Lava Dart or something. Firebolt. Oh, that's even worse because it kills my blocker. Yeah, it really was annoying that was a Rabble Master. It's okay. Next turn I get to make an Urza Saga token, and that's going to be pretty solid. And hopefully they don't have another big play here. All right. They don't have Inti or Bombardiers, most likely. Or Gut. They have a Tarmogoyf. It's a 5/6. Okay. I don't think I need a Flooded Strand here, so let's go Mox. Discard Flooded Strand. Play Retrofitter. And pass. I'm still at 17 though, so I'm gonna take a little bit of damage from this Goyf. And then I can make a Saga token, then make another Saga token and go get something. And I have a Retrofitter now. So that could be decent. All right, now they drew Gut. That was a good draw. Into Robber of the Rich. Sure. Well, doesn't really help. The Robber doesn't actually do anything here because I just get to block it with the Saga token if they attack. So they're going to hit me for 9. I'm going to need to draw something reasonable here. They've had a really good draw. My draw was good too. I mean, if I'd drawn the Mox a turn earlier, turn 2 Namesticker would have been a lot nicer. All right, I'll take 9 here. 8. Oh man, drawing Gut was really, really bad for me. Let's see if I can draw something. Very funny. Okay, well, make another token. I'll go get an Ether Spell Bomb. Pass the turn. I'm going to let them Gut because then I can just bounce the skeleton token instead of anything else. So what can I do here? I'm an 8. I mean, I guess I can double block Tarmogoyf, bounce a skeleton, and take 4 down to 4. But that does seem potentially winnable, because Retrofitter making tokens can also help block these menace skeletons. I wish I hadn't mind collapsed the Soul Scar Mage, but I thought it was worth the gamble. Maybe because I didn't need the mana or anything. What would it have let me do? I guess it would have let me kill the gut, but I would have taken a bunch more damage beforehand, and the gut still would have made at least 1 token. So not the end of the world. Hopefully game 3 on the play, I get to come back here. This is where an academy would have been really nice. Just go off with this Retrofitter. And Dak Faden is probably cuttable. Oh, attacking with everything. Okay. Yeah, they get to robber me. Hit Odawara. That doesn't really do a whole lot for them. What is this? They have... Oh, they're animating Ravine and sacking the Ravine. Sure. I guess, do I die here now? I can bounce a token, block Goyf, block Gut. No, I don't die here. All right. Actually, is this... Oh, they have Firebolt in their graveyard is kind of the joke. All right. Well, we'll see how this works. Block Gut. I guess Chump Goyf. No, this looks pretty bad for me here still. I go to 2, and they have those in play. Well, if I draw Tinker... Oh, Flame Tongue. So close. Yeah. Okay. On the play, do I want Time Warp? I don't think so. Relic, Nettle Cyst. No. No, I like my plan here. Let's just get a good hand on the play, shall we? All right. I think this is going to need a Mox Diamond. But no Mox Diamond, but we've got an early Tinker. That is great. So what I really need to see is just not Portal. I only have 1 Tinker target in this deck. If I can just not run into a Portal in my like top 4 cards or whatever, 5 cards, I think I'll be fine. Because I get to go turn 1 Archive, turn 2 I could Memory Lapse, or I could just not and go turn 3 LED Tinker and keep Memory Lapse up for post Tinker. It'll kind of depend on how quickly they fill the board here. They mold to 6. All right, not Portal, please. Xander's Lounge. So the only thought to keeping it on top is it makes it less likely I see Portal. How many cards am I going to need to see? If I bin this, I'll get to see 1 card on turn 2, 1 card on turn 3. I really just don't need Xander's Lounge here. So I'm just going to do that and pass. Wouldn't mind a Lumberjack, to be honest. Dragon's Rage Channel. All right. Draw. Dak Faden. Yeah, maybe I did want to take Dak out, though. It looks like it could be okay here. If they just hit me for 1 and pass, I'll probably get to play Dak Faden. Because I'm not really worried about them playing 2 creatures this turn. Okay. Draw. Oh, Chandra, huh? All right, let's go Dak Faden. Dak myself. And I can discard Island, and I think I discard Mind Collapse. I feel like I'm not going to need that in this spot. And then next turn, because I want to keep the LED to Tinker away, I want to keep Memory Lapse, and I think Chandra and Retrofitter are both better than Mind Collapse here. Oh, do they have End of Turn Bolt? No, nothing. Okay, so if they play Rabble Master, I'm snapping off Portal. If they play Gut, oh, Gut would be annoying, because that would kill my deck. What I'm hoping is they have like a creature that doesn't quite kill deck. I guess Bombardiers also kills deck. Oh, Deathgreeter Champion also kills deck. All right, well, sorry, Dak Faden. Your time was short. I think I'm just going to portal now. And because this leaves with some good cards to go get. Those two are both pretty decent ones. LED. Tinker. Portal to Phyrexia. Pass the turn. And if they don't have a way to kill this portal, then I think I'll win. And they haven't shown us a lot of artifact removal. Haven't seen any, I think. So let's hope. Magda? Okay. Plus a removal spell? No, just Magda? Oh. I think we're pretty much good. Let's see. I have land, instant, planeswalker artifacts. Let's get Dragon's Rage. Wouldn't hate drawing a land, but you know what? This is fine too. We'll play Retrofitter. Flooded Strand, sure, I'll keep that on top. Pass the turn. And now I have Memory Lapse up and Swords to Plowshares up. And then next turn, I'll put in Deathgreeter on the Dragon's Rage and hit for 8. Sounds pretty good. They're going to Lava Dart me and make a treasure. Okay. That doesn't really bother me too much. And I don't think I want to Swords the Magda here because I need to keep up Memory Lapse in case they're building up to, like, what if they have Big Nissa or something like that that can threaten this portal. Really, with a portal in play, all I need to do is make sure that the portal remains in play. Sika's Chariot. No, that one I will Memory Lapse. If they had a way to kill portal, they would have done it. So I'll use my mana here. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Deathgreeter Champion. They can't attack with the Magda. This Dragon's Rage is going to hit for 8 now. Or I'm going to try, I guess, yeah, their Lava Dart can't kill the Dragon's Rage. Draw Flooded Strand. Land. Let's hit for 8. And I guess I just want to play Chandra and plus it, and they know they're drawing that. Boom! 2-0. Okay, let's see if we can squeeze one more out of this deck. That would be so sick. This is not a 3-0 deck, but you know what? We're 2-0. We've got a shot. All right, time for round 3, and this hand has Mystical, even though I guess I don't technically have an artifact yet. The Thundering Falls could help me find one, so I'm going to keep this and hope I'm playing against someone where Portal is good. Played against 2 green decks, I guess, like, well, one 4-color deck and then like red-green beats. So we're kind of due to run into a matchup where Portal isn't good, but you know, we'll see what we're up against shortly here. All right, Island Go. Yeah, that's about what I was worried about. Oh, Mishra's Bauble. I guess I really do want to just keep that for Tinker, so let's do this. Prof's Eidetic Memory. Yeah, I actually think I'll put this on top. So I don't feel... Oh, I shouldn't have played the Bauble. I was going to play it to use it, and then I changed my mind about it. So it kind of didn't work out great. Because I was going to play it, and then on turn 3 with a Call. That was just a split brain, me doing things. Anyways, the reason I wanted to have Prof's Eidetic Memory in play is now I have the Breach Prof's Ballista line kind of at the ready. So I'll try to get that going here at some point. That's not going to be super soon. Oh, Vampiric Tutor. Don't love that. Okay. Blue-black combo is not a matchup I think I'm particularly good with. This doesn't get cheaper off Prof's Eidetic Memory, unfortunately. Let's see. Are we getting Mind Twisted here? Are they going to like flash something? Show and tell? Guess we'll see. Presumably. I mean, maybe we won't. No, it looks like Ancestral Recall. You know, they had a stop on my upkeep, and I thought they might have an Ancestral, but I assume that's just from an old game. Wow, we are really not doing well here. They're spending all their time doing cool stuff. You know what? I think I'm going to look at their top card here. Island, because I don't think I'm going to want to do portal stuff anytime soon. Draw with bauble. I guess what I'm just going to do is run out a call here at some point. Ooh, I keep saying this, but Mox Diamond would be a good draw. It is just a Mox Diamond deck. This is kind of annoying. Yeah, I'll just play up call. If I play the Spell Bomb, ooh, it even gets a +1/+1 counter. If I play the Spell Bomb this turn, then I don't have an artifact for a call next turn either. I think I'm not in good shape kind of no matter what here. But we don't actually know what they're up to. Is this like a Dream Halls? Oh, it is a Dream Halls. Okay. Well, that's not great. I could cast Frantic Search here in response by discarding Mystical Tutor. I guess I probably should do that. And draw Mana Leak or something. No. All right, I'm dead here. Getting to lose a call, discard 3, they draw 3. They're going to keep going. They even discarded Daze. Wow. Well, what am I supposed to do about this? Maybe I want Time Warp. Chandra doesn't sound amazing. Swords looks pretty bad. If I take out Swords, I can also take out the Plains. Add another island. And then put in Time Warp. I mean, I think I keep Portal in, but I'm not even loving this. This matchup is just horrendous. I guess maybe I want Nettlecyst to go a little faster, but I don't even know what I would cut. Ether Spellbomb, perhaps? All right. I guess we'll try this and see how it goes. All right. Time for game 2. So now that I know this, yeah, I kind of want maybe a hand that involves like an third path Iconoclast into Saheeli and maybe trying to pressure them a little faster, but I'm not that fast at killing either. I guess, what do I want to do here? I think I'm going to Flooded Strand for Thundering Falls first. It potentially leaves my Fabled Passage stranded, but getting to Scry 1 is pretty strong. Otherwise, I think I might end up... Oh, I guess I didn't really need to do this like main phase, but whatever. Otawara. Nah, I don't really want to draw another land. I would really like to find a 0-drop just to make it so that I can go third path into Saheeli into 0. Though I guess I'm now making it so I do need to find a land with the Fabled Passage, but felt like the Surveilling was worth it. We'll see. Mystical Tutoring for Mana Leak or Memory Lapse is a pretty weak play, but it is potentially something I could do. I didn't feel quite comfortable enough taking out Tinker because like sometimes maybe you could pull one of those things off. All right. Relic of Sauron, huh? All right. It's third path here. Pass the turn. Maybe get Dazed, maybe get Ancestraled. Maybe none of the above. I guess we'll find out. So what is my path to win this? It's not even like the Breach plan is all that fast. It's a pretty slow Breach plan. So far, the Breach hasn't done a whole lot. It's mostly been the Tinker show. All right, they didn't play anything. Second island and say go. All right, draw. Hopefully this isn't something expensive. A cheap card is fine. A land is fine. Any of those things would be all right. They have like Upkeep Flash or something? What is going on over here? Oh, Xander's Lounge. All right. I'll just play the Xander's Lounge and send with third path here. And pass the turn with Mystical up that I'm probably not going to cast. Though technically that does actually get me a token off of the third path. So I could Mystical for Tinker here if I really wanted to. That would require them like if they show and tell in an Atroxa or something like that. Which doesn't seem obviously be super likely. Cycle Lorien Revealed, sure. Do they have a blue-black duel? They have a Rafine's Tower. All right, it's tap land at least. I kind of wonder if I'm supposed to Mystical for Mana Leak here. Because then I can go Relic of Sauron, leave up Mana Leak. Or I could get Memory Lapse. I don't know which one's actually stronger. Mana Leak is a little easier to play around, but Memory Lapse doesn't actually counter the spell, especially if the game is going to go on a little bit longer. I do think I'm actually supposed to do this because it even gets me another token. I could get Time Warp as well. I think I'm just going to get the Mana Leak. It's fine. They know I have Mana Leak. Look, I'm not saying this is a play I'm in love with, but I think it is the play. And let's just get an island here and cast Relic of Sauron. Oh, they didn't have days? Love it. I was worried about that, but can't play scared, you know? I've got a, like in the video I had a couple days ago where my opponent cast a 4th Eorlingus for 2 less, and they ended up winning the game too. So I'm not saying that they, were doing everything wrong, but they played around miscalc, and it's just a spot. Like, you can't always beat everything they have, and their play made more sense than me playing around days here because they were ahead in that particular scenario. But either way, like, you can't always play around everything. What is this? And will I Mana Leak it? Yeah, I will Mana Leak the One Ring. Okay. Not ideal that they're just casting into it because it means they have something better, but what can I do? Do they have the days now? Now they have the days. So they must have just drawn the days because there's no way you don't daze that relic, huh? Good on them, I guess. All right. Memory Lapse? Any Memory Lapse? No. Walking Ballista is okay. I can't deal damage this turn. Don't want to Walking Ballista. I kind of want to just Relic of Sauron. Because I can maybe, if I get the right cards, I could set up, I'll discard Portal. I could set up the potential kill with Ballista Breach, Frantic Search Profs next turn. So, we'll see. So they cast the One Ring. They're at 15. They're going to go to 14 on upkeep here. The days did set them back a land, so maybe they can't cast a Dream Halls yet this turn. And I might be able to win now if they don't do something, because now I have the Breach and the Ballista and the Frantic Search, so I can go Underworld Breach, Frantic Search again a bunch of times, and then eventually cast Ballista, cast Profs, and I'll have drawn probably enough cards. Let's see, 6, 12, 14. Yeah, I think so, especially given that the third path and my tokens can attack too. It falls apart if they have a counter. Falls apart if they have a removal spell. But if they have a removal spell, they're probably killing the third path, not waiting around for something else. So, though I do have to do it all before attacking because of when Profs triggers. Kind of a funny way to win, but it would be cool if we put it together here. Seems like they might have some sort of combo thing. Maybe they're thinking about whether they want to use One Ring or not. I'm not sure. All right, and here we have Teferi Time Raveler. Okay. Bounce the relic. Okay, so if I draw a land, that's fine. I don't need the relic. All right. Let's go Frantic Search. Draw 2, discard land, call, untap 3 lands, Underworld Breach. They're drawing with the ring. Do they have a Force of Will? Oh, they have Force of Negation too? Okay. I guess I'll play Saheeli. And I'll attack. Attack Teferi. Attack my opponent. Attack my opponent. Attack my opponent. So this is at Teferi and the rest are at them. All right. Well, I have lethal out now still. So they do have to win this turn, but they have so many cards in hand, it seems relatively likely. I'm not beating a Daze, Force of Negation, Remand, Ancestral, Demonic Tutor, One Ring spell deck. My deck punched above its weight class in part because it played against two decks where Tutor for Tinker for Portal is really good. This deck, that is not the case. I haven't lost yet. I mean, we'll see what they do, I guess, but it is going to be tough to imagine winning, even if I do somehow pull out this game. I mean, maybe they don't have Dream Halls into Cruel here, and we can get there, but yeah, this is going to be a difficult one. All right. Vamp Tutor. Okay. And now they're going to draw it with the One Ring. Yeah, if they have a way to go off from here, I could believe that. We don't know that they're just a Dream Halls deck. But I don't know how they get an extra mana. They could have a Mox or a Lotus or something. Or High Tide. That would be funny. Given that card rarely gets played. I have enough mana next turn. I'm going to attack for 8, play a Ballista at least for 2, if not 3. Oh, they did have the High Tide. Okay. Yeah, you got High Tide. I don't have any counters. If I had a counter, I would have countered the Force of Negation. Hey, I got to give them credit. High Tide decks are cool. Winning with a High Tide deck is pretty neat. Yeah, they even had Daze to stop Mana Leak on their One Ring. A Daze they even drew off the top that turn. That's not true. They could have not Dazed the Relic because they wanted to logo land for One Ring, Daze your Mana Leak. In that case, you wouldn't necessarily Daze the Relic. It's hard to imagine not dazing Relic, but then... No, if they had Dazed, they would have Dazed the Relic. Because you could just hardcast it, then hardcast your Ring. It's the exact same, except I have no Relic in play and have a Mana Leak in hand, but that's like a lot worse. They don't even have to bounce their land to Daze. So, in conclusion, after examining everything, they did top deck. Well, they've kind of not done anything for a little while. Did they mess up here? Do they not have it? I guess we'll see. All right. Oh, they're casting Ancestral Recall? That's not necessarily a bad sign, because it means maybe they need to draw something off the Ancestral. I do assume I'm dead here, but we'll play it out. We'll see what they do. They have enough mana left over to cast Dream Halls here. They've already played their land. They've cast Vamp, which then they drew off the ring and cast High Tide, so I kind of assumed they Vamped for the High Tide. And then they Ancestraled, and I don't know what past that. All right, here we go. Is this Dream Halls? Dream Halls is the card I assume that's coming next. Maybe they're the one with my Brain Freeze. How many spells have they played? 3? They're not that close to Brain Freezing. They could get there easily, I'm sure, but one turnabout or something. Okay. If they just had Dream Halls plus cards to play with Dream Halls, I imagine they would just cast it. So I don't really know what's going on here. But maybe this is like in round 1 when I was just kind of figuring out how to win, but it was 100% to win. So we don't get any false hope here. I think this is it. But the good news is if we win this somehow, if we somehow don't die this turn, we have to win a game 3, and we're not going to do that. But no, I'm keeping the momentum going. I've got a positive mindset. All right, Talisman of Dominance. So I guess Dream Halls isn't getting cast now. Is this just going to be a Tendrils? Oh, Demonic Tutor. Okay, we figured something out. Maybe Brain Freeze for 18. No, that doesn't work. Time Walk. Do they have that in their deck also? Okay. They're down to 1 mana plus a Talisman. It seems like things are good now for me, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, Cabal Ritual and then Tendrils for 14 maybe? Or Yogwill. Oh. Okay, Cabal Ritual. Yeah. Do they have the Tendrils now? Because if they have Tendrils in their hand, they can Tendrils me for 18. I go to 1. They go to 23. No, they have Demonic Tutor. So they just had it, but were taking a long time to get there. I even paused it for like 5 minutes, but whatever. Storm math is complicated if you haven't played it as much, especially. So I certainly don't fault them. They are 1 mana short of Tendrilsing me if that's what they have. I guess we'll see. Their deck looks sick. They have Cabal Ritual Yogwill as well. Well, we haven't died and they're slowing down again. So if they just had the tendrils, if they had like another mana and a tendrils, they would have gotten me here. So I guess we'll see. Nope. We won. Okay. I guess I'll take it. Is there any chance I could deck them with Thought Scour? No, not really. Dak could be good. Either Spellbomb, Thought Scour. All right. I mean, this Portal seems awful. What if I just take out Portal and Tinker? I haven't seen a single creature. Put in, I guess, Thought Scour and Ether Spellbomb and just make my deck a little leaner. Sure. It really can't Tinker for anything good. Maybe Tinker for LED if I'm like trying to do the Breach thing, but that doesn't even seem plausible. All right. Let's try that. Game 3. All right. If I can get a Mox Diamond hand, maybe I could get something going here. Yeah, I guess I actually do keep this because I get to bobble myself and then decide what I want to, which land I want to play. Frantic Search. Okay, I actually don't mind drawing Frantic Search. So I'll play Xander's Lounge, pass, draw Frantic Search. Next turn, play one of my other lands here. Let's go Thundering Falls. Graveyard my island, pass. And just play a Nettle Cyst on 3. What is this? Prism for 2. Dak would be a nice draw. They'd get to empty the Prism, but at least it would basically kill it. So I wouldn't mind drawing that. Oh, Saheeli? I guess Saheeli is actually better to play than Nettle Cyst, I think. Just get an island. Because that's the only thing I could get there. Saheeli. See if that resolves. If they counter it, they counter it. It's not really the end of the world. I would like it to resolve, especially since I have kind of an interesting out here. Now that if I go Saheeli, I have LED, I have Frantic Search, I have Prophetic Memory. I don't even need the Ballista. I just have any creature that can attack. So I actually have potentially a turn 4 win if I find Underworld Breach. Again, if they're thinking this much about Saheeli, if they don't counter it, they still probably have a counter. But the win would be Prosthetic Memory, Frantic Search, LED Breach. Do that a bunch of times, and then eventually, if I have the mana, Nettle Cyst and equip Nettle Cyst as well because I made so many tokens with Saheeli. Though Saheeli by itself isn't the most threatening, so I'm not sure whether they're going to end up countering it or not. I guess the scary part is if they have like a Daze, they don't know how good Daze is going to be in the future here. But they're taking their time. They sure took their time to cast a bunch of spells and lose in game 2. So if they think for like another minute about this, they might actually start running into time issues, which that's one way to go out, I guess. All right, so they are dazing, and they did it by returning a land. Okay. They could have also cast it by using the Pentad Prism, but makes sense to return a land. Duress, sure. I mean, my hand isn't really doing that much, so I've got Chandra and Nettle Cyst as threats. The thing about LED, Frantic Search, and Profs is like they all work when Breach happens, so it doesn't really matter too much if any of those get discarded. They might just take Nettle Cyst because that's the one I can cast next turn, though taking Chandra is also reasonable because if I draw an untapped land, I can just cast Chandra. Yeah, their deck's great. Remand, Duress, Daze, Force Negation, Ancestral, DT Vamp, Ritual, Yogwill. They did go really deep in the tank on the Daze, and now they're going pretty deep in the tank on the Duress, so their clock's about to start blinking red in just about now. took the frantic search. All right. Sure. I mean, I guess that helps me dig for a breach, but that's fine. Oh, Dak Faden. Yeah, I'm not going to sack LED to pay for any sort of daze type effect. Do they have another counter? Because if they don't, I'm about to steal that prism. I know they're going to use it, but it effectively is -2 destroy target pentad prism. Okay, I don't love Vamp. What could they be getting? They're on 3 mana, maybe 4 at most. I guess Ancestral, if you don't have anything going right now, you just Ancestral. I kind of wish I hadn't conceded game 1. I didn't realize how much time they were going to start taking. Okay, and you got to use the other counter. Yeah, they're just playing a land. I'll put Thought Scour into my graveyard. I don't think that's good. The funny thing is, if I had Thought Scour, I could have countered the Vamp with it, but did not quite work out like that. All right, here's your Ancestral, sure. Okay. What I really need to find is a counter spell. If I can find a counter, like maybe I've got a shot here. Let's stack myself. Okay. So no counter this turn, but I could find one next turn. What am I discarding? I kind of want to discard Chandra. And what am I playing this turn? So if I discard Chandra, I could discard Profs, though Profs is going to give a lot of counters this turn. I could also discard Nettle Cyst. Yeah, I think I'll discard Chandra and Nettle Cyst, play a land, play a third path, play LED. I don't have the mana to Mystical and Profs a counter into my hand, unfortunately. But I can play Profs, get another counter, draw a card, and go to beginning of combat. I'll just put the counters on the soldier token and pass the turn. Okay, they kind of have to win this turn. Because if they don't, I'm going to Mystical Tutor for Memory Lapse. And then I have 2 turns of clock here. Because I have third path soldier token. That's like 7 damage. Plus the Dak Faden with Profs in play is another 2. So that's 9. So that's enough to get them over the course of 2 turns. What do they have end of turn here? Who knows? Well, hopefully they don't just go Dream Halls kill you. Okay. Talisman I wouldn't mind. That would be a setup card. Oh, I don't like Cabal Ritual. Okay. This Dream Halls. Okay. Well, let's see what they're Dream Hallsing into. Lorien Revealed. Discarding High Tide. All right. I don't think that's great, but could be worse. I can't go get Breach, unfortunately, with this Mystical. Oh, they're not doing anything else? All right. Mystical, make a token. Oh, I could just get Time Warp. Yeah, all right. I forgot about that. I cited that one in. I mean, if they have Force of Negation, I guess they have Force of Negation. All right, let's draw 2 and discard 2. They've already used their days. Do I want to discard? I mean, if they have Force, then we get to play a game. Otherwise, I just win. I guess in that case, I'll just keep the island. Discard these 2, play a land, cast Time Warp. We're going to win this. Oh my God. I did not think, I mean, I guess they have Dream Halls in play so they could play something, but it doesn't look like it. Let's draw 2 and discard. Maybe I find Memory Lapse just in case. Oh, Underworld Breach. All right. That'll be an extra Time Warp if I need it, but we won the match. We should not have won that match. Looking at the cards in their deck and the cards in my deck, I'm flabbergasted. But you know what that means? That means we get to draft again. So you're going to have to wait till tomorrow to see that one, because that'll do it for today. But this was not a 3-0 deck. We barely got there, playing the worst matchup possible in the last round. And I don't know what happened in game 2, but it feels like something different should have occurred on the turn where they cast 15 spells. In any case, that'll do it for today. Come back tomorrow for the exciting conclusion of this 64-player draft. And, well, I appreciate you watching with the good and the bad decks. This was not one of the best ones, but you know what? Who's got the chips? We 3-0'd it, we take it, we get to draft again. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for draft number 2 of the 64-player event. Wow. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.